the white-red control deck I was playing yesterday suffers from. Alright, let's see if Enigma Drake's any good. I hope my deck's not too kind of in between. It's not really control, it's not really aggro, it doesn't have the 1-mana cantrips, but it has Enigma Drake. We'll see. See how that works out. Kind of need land. Land. Or not. History. All right. Oh. Some pretty good draws. Is the next mock standard? Yeah. There's a GP this weekend. Next Saturday there's a mocks and standards. And what else? And then after that there's some modern tournaments. People that have modern RPTQs. And there's also the team unified modern. Is that the Tribunal or Loxodon? Alright, slow damage. I think you don't want the land, you didn't want me to keep the land. That was kind of close. Oh, is that 12 exactly? Oh. Just genius deck building. I think you want to keep the land because on turn 1 because my hand is really good. I don't need to get greedy, I think, but I could be wrong. That was pretty good, pretty easy. Let's see, Spell Pierce, maybe Lavical, maybe Drake, maybe Bolt. Let's see. How does... I mean, I'm not playing the exact same deck, but I want to see how Veer and Sideboard did against white. Let's see if you went crazy and brought in a ton of cards, or... Against Boros or mono white aggro. Okay, so I was trying boarding out all the Phoenix. He trims. He like boards out some Phoenix, some cantrips. That kind of makes sense to me. I'm guessing he didn't give a sideboard guide for white green tokens. It's a bit the same deck. All right, let's try Viren's strat. Trim a Phoenix, couple radical ideas. What else does he trim? Okay, he doesn't want Beacon Vault. Kind of makes sense. Shivan Fire, Mystic, Melody, Negate. Oh, that's pretty similar. Do I need to keep Dive Down? Dive Down is nice against Tribunal, but... And Spell Pierce... I'm assuming Spell Pierce should be reasonable. Green-white plays the Angels. Huh, good question. I don't know what's in their sideboard. I'll keep into Beacon Bolts. I'll hedge. Let's see. I actually have the deck build on Magic Online. I could just check. If you're playing the PT list, no Angel on the sideboard. Harpooner, that's kind of nasty. Hand's pretty good if I draw a land. How many land do I play right now? 20? 21? One that comes into play tapped. Also, Spell Pierce Steam Vent's kind of awkward because I'm going to pay 2. Maybe I'm just going to mulligan. Double Actromancer is kind of... ugh. I think I just have to keep. Kind of need a draw 2. I'm just going to bottom. This sounds pretty bad. Do Mox points expire? I think they expire at the end of the year. What do you think about Grixis control? I've always seen it do poorly. And Shota is known for forcing control and winning with bad deck lists. Well, I drew my draw 2, but I wouldn't have hated a Shock Eater. Could maybe board at velocity in these matchups. Binding, yeah, binding would be nice. I don't think they're gonna have binding in their deck though. This game looks pretty lost. Maybe I'm supposed to keep this shock and just hope I draw good after that. Just too important to have a cheap removal spell. I mean, this is a game where Viren's deck would have been better. My Enigma Drake probably would have been another Lava Coil or Shivan Fire. I would have killed Mara. I would be like killing their dudes and then dealing with the rest later. Thoughts on the Fabrizio Manifesto? Dude, I don't want to talk about that. I think I agree with Andre. I don't know the details, so I don't want to talk about it, but sounds like it was missing some stuff. Just super dead, right? Oh, let's see. wonder if Siege King's even any good. Alright, this hand looks pretty great. Yeah, this hand is near perfect. There's nothing I really want to discard right now. Phew. Kind of awkward against Vanguard. I think I should be okay. I'm just so far ahead in cards that even if I can afford to just use 2 removal spell on the token cards, basically gonna kill everything. How many QPs do I have? Let's see it. I get 35 at once for free though. I have only 451. Let's see. I guess I just play another Drake. Free QPs for pros is unfair. Probably. Cardboard Life shows a Golgari list. Really? Oh, I don't think I updated the list on Cardboard Live. Let's see it. Stream Magic Online. Why would it show Golgari list though? I was playing some arena this morning. So maybe that's I wonder if it detects automatically I'm playing arena. That'd be kind of nice, I guess. Alright, let's see it. 4-2-4-2-5-4. I guess I just block. It's 13 damage. What are they at? They're just dead, right? I'm gonna block. Alright, they needed a Convoke spell. Game would have been much closer if they had a Tribunal or a Loxodon on, what was it, their turn 4. Felt like a tough matchup if they draw well. Yeah, QPs for the pros is maybe not great. I was never a fan of them giving I might be biased, but I was never a fan of them giving pro players pro points for worlds. Did you just have like players that start with a head start and to try and qualify for next year's worlds? Seems like really bad. I think one of the reasons was to try and build stardom or whatever, have the same players do well, but I thought that was like really bad. Obviously I could be biased because, you know, I mean, because I never participated in these worlds, but I wasn't really doing well in the Player of the Year race or trying to qualify for all. I just felt like it was super unfair. Does the winner of Worlds get an invite to the next one? I think they do now. They used to not to do that. I think they changed it. I don't know what to discard here. White, red. What do I think about the Viren's version? Was that the Mana Drakes? It felt pretty good, but it felt like it was not... It played too fair sometimes. So I didn't love that part about it. Not having maximized velocity made some of the games really hard to win. Yeah, the QP is not the same. The QP for pros on Magic Online is not the same thing. I agree. Because it's not like a zero-sum game. Like the QP is not zero-sum, right? Or however you call it. You can, if you play enough, you can get the QPs. Whereas PT points in a year, there's only so many PT points awarded. So I don't know. All right, let's see. I guess I'll just play Crackling Drake. Why is it good that they give out pro points for words, Cal? I don't really get it. That's a lot of nights. Dude's going old school on me. Playing all these Knight of Grace. I'll say Knight of Grace is pretty good against I think it's pretty good against black green. Alright, can I race? For that 16 damage. I can block, go down to 12, take 14. Next turn. I want to have the kill. I think I just say go. That was a beating. Maybe I played a bit scared. I was worried I just wouldn't draw a spell and then I lose because I'm one short. It's a pretty good draw. Well, yeah, Radicalite is really good in this deck. His discovery would have been probably just as good. I don't know. I don't think giving pro points at Worlds is fair. You made it at Worlds. You're one of the best in the world. You don't need an advantage for next season. Like, it's already hard enough to make it to Worlds when, I don't know, when you're starting from, I mean, I don't want to say from the bottom, but, you know, not the top, so giving some of the best players in the world extra points to get there. I don't know, maybe I'm just not making any sense if I think that giving QPs on Magic Online is okay and pro points at Worlds is not. I'm not very good at logic and arguing and debating. Alright, what am I at? 9 to have 1 card. So I could play Drake and a removal spell. How much damage is reinforcement? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can let one guy through. I need 3 blockers to be a reinforcement. I have that, right? Since I can, yeah, I don't die to reinforcement. I can let 2 tokens and 1 dude through, and then block the last 2. Est-ce que je fais du contenu en français? Non, je stream jamais en français, désolé. English only at the table. I don't get it. Is that supposed to be an elaborate bluff? I'm confused. X5 PT competitor? Yeah, that joke was... It's not even accurate. I ended up... Technically, I went 1-7. But I won my last run and I just scooped in case they needed the player's point or whatever, the Planeswalker points. I'm not even sure how that works. I don't know, Phoenix is always so good in these games. But sometimes it's bad. I've definitely played a lot of Phoenix against Red or Phoenix against White where Phoenix is just way too slow. Like, if you don't have Electromancer, bringing back Phoenixes is pretty tough. Yeah, I wasn't sure how the Planeswalker point thing worked. There's no Planeswalker points at the PT. Well, I guess all I did was tanking my Elo. He didn't know either. I was like, the twin means nothing to me. What do you think about the format used for Player of the Year playoffs, and should it make it an official format? That format's actually pretty bad. I guess they didn't really think about it, but you can kind of abuse it. But you can abuse it until the other person realizes it, and then it's like a mind game. I'll explain. Let me sideboard. Feels so weird to board out some Phoenixes. But there's really nothing else to board out. I feel like Beacon Bolt is good for me against White Weenie. I guess it wasn't incredible this game. Yellow hats, yellow hats, yellow hats. Dude, Andrea just loves it. Thanks, buddy. 4 months in a row as a Twitch Prime sub. And many more before that. Appreciate it. I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, the way the format works... The way the playoff format works is it's like kind of an reverse Super League format. Super League format, the deck that wins has to keep playing, and for that playoff format, if you win with a deck, you need to retire it. What you can do, and what you are probably supposed to do, is just build 4 decks. Like either you build 4 anti-creature decks, or you build 4 anti-control decks. It's easier to build 4 anti-creature decks. Because let's say you build 4 decks with all sweepers, all removal, you know. 4 decks that are just super strong against, let's say, white weenie and mono blue. If one of your opponent's deck is white weenie or mono blue, to win the playoff, they have to win with that deck. But if you have 4 decks that can never lose to a white weenie or mono blue deck, then sure, maybe you're going to lose to their control deck. You're going to get crushed by their control deck because their deck is all removal. But then at some point, they're going to have to win with their white weenie deck, and they can't because you just build these 4 decks with like 4 Shock, 4 Moment of Craving, 4 Cannonade, you know, maybe a bit of card, whatever, you know. So I think they kind of messed up, both Salvato and Seth. They could have like gamed the system. I mean, it's kind of dangerous if you do that and your opponent shows up with 4 control decks, then you know you're gonna lose badly. But yeah, decks couldn't overlap too much. Yeah, but I mean, I'm guessing you can build 4 full of removal. There's a lot of removal spells in standard. It can't be that hard. Ooh, I'm getting ran over here. I'm kind of screwed. Double Steam Ben's draw against nice low curve. What are my thoughts on Arena? I think it's a good program. I don't have all the cards on there yet, but I'm sure I'll be streaming some Arena at some point. I'm enjoying Magic Online. I think it's a good program. I think it gets a bad rep. Why do you think no one used that strategy at the playoff? I don't know. Either they didn't think about it, or they didn't want to gamble, or I don't know. It's not even close to enough, right? What's your opinion on Discovery Dispersal versus Tormenting Voice? I think Tormenting Voice is better. Anti-creature strategy? I don't know. I mean, I could try for fun. I'm sure I could bid 4 control decks with almost no overlap, and they'd all have so many removal spells. Yeah, exactly. You could play a mono red deck with Frenzy and Treasure Map and all cheap removal. I mean, you have just so many removal spells. I'm sure you could even build like a mono green deck that just crushes white, right? You just play Wild Growth Walkers, like 4 Llanowar, 4 Wild Growth Walker. I don't know. That kind of stuff. Can you post a list? Yeah, you can post links. Go crazy, guys. Well, not too crazy. I mean, the white-green deck I played is pretty good against white, especially game 1. The white-green deck I played at the PT. Do I want to play Opt on turn on? I don't really need anything. I have turn 2 removal, turn 3 melody. I mean, I kind of know what I need, I guess. I usually always play Opt turn on, but I think it's correct to just play it. According to Pascal Viren, Opt turn 1 is usually wrong. You want to cast Opt when you know what you're looking for. And I felt like I knew what I was looking for. Basically anything good that's not a land. Like this hand would have loved to play an Electromancer on turn 2, for instance. You know, if I find a Drake, I'm happy. I think it was... I mean, if I had Basic Island, it's a no-brainer Opt. The only reason why it was a close decision was because it was a steam vent. Pascal Menard went 7-1 in the Mox was Blue-Red Phoenix, and then he bailed the Jeskai Phoenix deck my team played at the PT. And then Pascal Viren's been playing slightly different builds. Yeah, I'll pay the 1 life. So I'm trading 1 life for 4 life. I'm sure there's scenarios where you don't want to do that, but seems worth. Is Expansion Explosion viable for sideboard? I don't think so. No one plays it in that deck. Could be good, but what'd you need it for? Should I cast Free Combat? Could get very lucky. I have a bunch of extra lands. Let's see. I'm just supposed to shock, right? Shock and attack. What did I bottom? I bottom a Radical Idea. Was the Opt? I could have kept Radical Idea, like kind of flood insurance, but it also a bit clunky. Also had a Tormenting Voice. It's kind of a good one to discard to Tormenting Voice. I see right now. I wish I'd just kept. I wish I'd just kept Radical Idea, given how the game's playing out. Do I stream poker sometimes? I only did it once since I started streaming for a living, and I didn't enjoy it. It was pretty boring. It's a big Drake. If you cast up and then have to take time to decide whether to keep or not, you shouldn't have to cast Opt. What? That makes no sense. So Pascal's assuming you're like computer who can instantly do yeah, that makes no sense. I mean, aren't you allowed to have a closed decision? I don't get it. Obviously, let them attack with everything first. And then I shock. Does it matter? Should only opt on turn 1 if you're digging for something specific. I think people get too fancy with opt. That's the same debate in... The Phoenix X is a bit different because opt is a 1 mana spell and you need it to bring back Phoenix sometimes. But it's like Cerm Visions when you're playing blue-white control in Modern. And some people were like, oh, you should not play Cerm Visions turn 1 in the dark if you don't know what you're playing against, but I think that's dumb. Especially back in the day when you had Spreading Seas and stuff. Spreading Seas is good against almost everyone on turn 2. Search for Skanta is good against almost everyone on turn 2. You know, Remand is going to be good. I think people get a bit fancy. I think it's almost always correct to play opt on turn 1 in my experience, but that's what I do anyways, and I feel like I'm right. I didn't see Shoda's Grixis control list. People have been talking about it a bit. I need a Shoda command. I have the Wafo command, but I need the Shoda command apparently. How many wins did he get? I'm guessing 6. I'm guessing he went a medium 6-4. 7 maybe? I'm looking on Goldfish right now. Grixis. Grixis control. Shoda Yasuka. Free Nikobi, free Doom Whisper, 2 Syncopate, 2 Blink, 2 Cast Down. I like 4 Moment of Craving. 1 Beacon Bolt, 1 Golden Demise, 2 Sabotage. I mean, I like the numbers. It looks fairly well balanced. Could be good. Mirror match. Please play Electromancer. Nope. Clarity Open is a Hall of Famer. We need alternatives, Hannah. Now. I don't think I'm going to win this game. Is Open and famous? No, I don't think so. I don't recognize the screen name. I could probably scoop. I don't think I'm winning. I wonder if I even have 1% to win this game. Probably not. 2 Phoenixes now. Alright, good enough. Let's see how he sideboarded in the mirror match. Boards out all the shocks. How about he brings in Shiv and Fire? Kind of like Sarkhan in the mirror match, I think. He brings in Mystic. Sarkhan Fireblood in the mirror match. Seems good to me, especially on the play, but maybe it's a bit slow. Have some different cards. I wonder if more Drakes is better. I don't know, it's sideboards. I don't want to make my deck too clunky. 4 Enigma, 4 Crackling, 2 Nyth, 2 Teferi, 2 Dab Down, 4 up. Looks fine. Why not, yeah. Maybe a bit clunky. I haven't been keeping track how good that guild gate actually is. Could definitely be an island. I think if you had to pick between blue and red, you'd pick an extra blue. 20 freelance seems greedy. There's a lot of cantrips. Opt, anticipate, chart a course. This deck will flood. I think 20 freelance is probably fine. I don't know what the one chemistry is inside, but I don't know, seems good. It's kind of the list I posted in my article, pretty close. But I'm not sure it's that great. Let's see. What am I supposed to do here? Just chart a course? See max cards. I guess I'm supposed to Tormenting Voice, I think. Yeah, I was supposed to cast Tormenting Voice, discarding Radical Idea, I agree. That's kind of loose. Doesn't matter too much. You get really punished when you draw the Phoenix and don't have a way to discard it, but have a bunch of Radical Ideas. So that should be okay. What about now? Oh, that was the last mirror match I played. Last time I was playing Viren's list, and I was playing against the 1-mana red cantrip list. Seems like I was probably slightly unfavored because their version was a bit more explosive, but hard to say after one match. I need to start using clickbaity titles again. Maybe my ego, my gigantic ego got bruised after the last PT. I just can't get myself to to have a braggish stream title. The gulps, yeah, I need to be, yeah, sorry about the gulps. You want me to hear cough too? I can cough a bit in the mic if you want. I realized what happened last time I played the mirror match. I got kind of unlucky, and then they just got a bunch of phoenixes. I guess I'm going to take a hit, but I have double lava coil. They're still like up 1 million cards. They're going to have like 7 cards. I'm going to have none. Pretty rough. That could work. Should I play Enigma Drake? If I play Enigma Drake, it's gonna die 100%, and then I'm gonna take another hit. So I'm not sure I'm accomplishing much, but I'm just gonna kill a Phoenix. Why did you cast that idea from the graveyard instead of one from your hand? Because I'm bad. I figured it wouldn't make a difference because I had so many lands, but now obviously I wish I'd cast the one from my hand. That's just no excuse, honestly. I'm getting punished as I should. Yeah, that was disaster. Now I'd be casting it from my graveyard, discarding. I didn't know I had the ripple effects. Well, lesson learned. Jesus Christ. I guess there's pretty much no reason to not cast the one from your hand ever, unless you're playing around stuff like Deathcore Scavenger. What's my next tournament? I think it's just the next PT. No plans to go to any GPs. Wait, what just happened? Oh, they had dive down. The Mox playoff, yeah. I have 1 monthly left to qualify for the last playoff, and then there's an open or 2 left. Am I planning to go to GP Prague? Probably not. I could because Alki lives there, but probably not, no. Alright, I don't know how I win this game. Maybe they don't have a removal spell. Lol. Seems likely. Alright, GG's. Oh, that was bad. That was a costly misplay. I might have lost anyways, but definitely not great. Yeah, Prague's super cheap, super pretty. Prague's kind of the nuts. It's kind of cool, this league. I like when you play against a bunch of different decks, 4 different decks. 4 rounds, it's more fun. Man, sorry guys. Maybe I'll go make myself a little tea with honey or something. So basically I'm playing Enigma Drake over Lava Coils and Beacon Bolt, right? Compared to Viren's list. I have like a Velocity and a Dive Down. I only have 2 Lava Coils. I'm playing Drakes. I'm only playing 1 Beacon Bolt. And what did I cut for Velocity and Dive Down? I cut the Blink of an Eye. And I cut... I can't remember. -1 bolt, minus... Did you have 2 bolts in the main deck? I can't remember either. Anyways. So I kind of probably wish this was a Lava Coil, I think, right now. Enigma Drake is okay as well, I guess. Is it? Honestly, not sure what I'm supposed to do here. I didn't look what they revealed. A bunch of Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, I mean, I wish that Enigma Drake was a Lavical. 100%, I think. Am I a total donkus for playing Force Spell Pierce and Jury Charger Course in Mono Blue? I think so. I played 2 at the GP, and it was fine, but I wasn't super impressed. And the Frenchies played the deck a lot in testing, and they went down to 1 main, 1 sideboard. So I'm assuming playing Force Spell Pierce main is wrong. I was always pretty happy with Charter Course. Alright, time to not break. It was pretty hard to break. I had to hit land or shock or opt. You guys like the humming? Discard idea was the right play to have 2x Phoenix on flashback. Well, I discarded a Phoenix, right? So I don't think it made a difference. Unless I'm confused. They have Vraska's Contempt. I guess I'll just say go again. I can donate for a blue league with some spicy tech. Sure. I like playing that blue deck. And if you're gonna pay me to play it, I can do that. Discard shock. Thought about it, but I think I have reasonable blocks. That might be even better. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Is Mono Blue a viable standard deck anymore? I think it's fine. I don't think it's great. I feel like there's very little room for tuning, so maybe it's not as fun to play as other decks. Can I kill them? 3 Phoenixes. Do I have Vraska's Contempt? I'm pretty close, honestly. So I can't kill them this turn, so I just want to make sure I don't die. If I shock them down to 16, I might have them dead actually. That might be Xaxes. Do I have chat lethal chat? Contempt and Enigma Drake, go to 18.
Help me, yellowhat. You're my only hope, yellowhat Nov.
Thanks, bud. Except I missed it, so I'm frantically looking at my my dashboard. Why doesn't it show in chat? It's so bad. Recent events. Let's see it. Raf was a $12 donation. Who said it was only $12 for a league? I thought we said 20. Getting conned by my subs again. All right, I'll do it for $12. Thanks for the donation, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, let's see how Pascal sideboards in that matchup. He boards out Mystic, he boards out an Electromancer, a Shock. He brings in Conjecture and Star, except I don't have Star in Conjectures. I think Lavical's probably pretty good. I think Enigma Drake's probably decent. The Dive Down, maybe Spell Pierce. Why Siege Gang in the sideboard? It was for White Weenie, but I'm not sure you need it. I kind of like Electromancer against them. Here's the link for the GRN article. Twitter's usually a safe bet. Google, Twitter. People usually tweet about the articles they write, so. Alright, sure hope they don't have a Jade Light Ranger, or else this game's gonna be rough. And why can't I stop coughing? Alright, I can deal with Branchwalker. Do you not think the Red Sweeper is good enough against White? I think Candidate is okay. I've been beating White pretty badly. It was a Phoenix deck. I thought White was a favorite against Phoenix when I was testing. But yeah. Maybe people were just building their decks and their sideboards poorly. I spoke too much. Oh. I shouldn't even scoop. I used to have Vraska's Contempt in hand as well. Maybe I can scoop. I even boarded out Beacon Bolt, right? Like noob. I'm gonna give them credit. White is more of a favorite against the all-in Phoenix deck. Was it 1 mana cantrips? Yeah, maybe. That's a good point. That could be the difference. Need Beacon Ball if they're playing Doom Whisperer. I have pretty big Drakes. can just stack my drakes into them, but you kind of need everything. You kind of need a bit of everything. So I'm not too sure how I'm supposed to sideboard. I need to figure out the deck list command, how to make it so you guys don't have to check the overlay. That was a quick fix in the meantime. Isn't Melody good versus Walker? Yeah. Hoping I just can kill Walker before it gets too big. It's just hard. Yeah, alright, on time. Yeah, it feels like Enigma Drake has been worse than Navical almost every time. Or, like, same or worse, you know. Some games I still won. You think Tormenting Voice is strictly better than Discovery? I'm just copying deck lists at this point. I think Tormenting Voice is better, not strictly better, obviously. They don't do the same thing, so can't really be strictly better by definition, but a lot of people like a mix. Even Viren said in his article he thinks Discovery is better in the Enigma Drake version. Alright, I need to get a bit lucky here. Target creature you control. It's funny, this is supposed to like be good against Blackgrain. The Enigma Drake dive down stuff. And it's straight up costing me the game. Alright, GG's. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Gonna make myself take a quick break. Where was that article? Why don't you guys give Pascal Viren a follow on Twitter? He deserves it. Then you can find his article. And I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I'm gonna have to go back in. My water boiler is not fast enough. Yeah, it seems like the changes I made are... My deck is kind of in between the fast versions. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we're about to play. Oh, you want me to try Metamorphic Alteration? Oh, that sounds awful, but okay. So what did you do? What did you cut for alteration? Why can't I figure out what you cut? Oh, you cut the Exclusion Mage and the Sleep. That makes sense at least. The World Magic Cup. Oh yeah, when is that happening? It's in Barcelona? Good, McKee's just bragging. Oh, I'm qualified for the Magic World Cup. No big deal. Representing the terrible country of Greece. GG. I'm missing out the patatas bravas. Oh yeah. Patatas bravas are obviously the nuts. Oh, they're playing green. I was about to scoop. Enigma Drake might be good this game. Might be better than a lava call, we'll see. Probably way too slow though. How did I do in Nats? Like, 1 win away from top 8? Top 16 maybe? I wonder if I even own the alterations. I'd be surprised if I didn't. Yeah, for some reason I don't know. Which set was it? M19? I guess I didn't draft a ton of M19. If they win lands if they draw lands for the rest of the game, maybe I can win. That doesn't look like a land. I'll be right back. Let's see how much time we have left. That's my feeling between Electromancer versus Enigma Drake. My feeling is that Enigma Drake has been worse than the Lava Coils and the Beacon Bolt I cut. Because basically, you're trying to play kind of both ways, like some removal and then the Drakes, but almost every time I drew Enigma Drake, I wish it was a Lava. I think Electromancer is very good in this deck, but I can see why you would only play free. When you want me to play the League, Raph? Do you want me to start it now, or do you want me to play it tonight? I only play one Enigma Drake, don't know if it's wrong. That makes sense, I mean it's the same logic why you would play only free Electromancer, you know? Because you want enough spells in your deck? Huh, I'm gonna bottom that. If it was an island I would have kept. Metzger Hassan, thanks for the resub, buddy. Well, the sub, but pretty sure it's not the first time you sub. Welcome back. Well, Drake's a bit better than Lavacal right now. When you bring in Melody against the white decks, I think you can maybe you should bring them in against black-green, because sometimes Walker gets out of hand. I Thing is, when Walker gets out of hand, it doesn't kill you very fast either, so maybe you have time to get a ramp up to starve extinction. Oh, 4, yeah. Yikes. Should I go beat down somehow? Shock of Vanguard. They go down to 16. I attack for 4 down to 12. I take 4, 8, 12, 17. I mean, what are these guys gonna block? Nothing, right? Oh, sure. Did I mess up last turn playing the second Drake over Melody? I wasn't even really thinking. I get double block one, I guess. I'll attack and see what happens. Hopefully I can weather the storm. Play was greedy and loses to Loxodon. Yeah, probably. Probably didn't have to gamble. My draws have been pretty awful, to be fair. I'm just dead on board now? That sucks. Steal a token. Have 2 blockers. Oh, that's kind of a beating. 3 losses in a row. Started now the league, alright.